Pandemic has canceled a lot of snowmobile events this year, but for the organizers of the Wausau 525, today's event is more than just a race. Snowmobile racers from across the country coming together for the Wausau 525 Grand Prix.
We have the USSA pros, semi-pros.
The track is done up really well. The pits are nice and organized.
Because of the pandemic, Eagle River and Wausau are the only cities in the area that continue to hold snowmobile events. So for racers, today meant a lot.
It's been tough, you know. We want to race. This is our passion, what we like to do.
Guys can't get there all the time or work. You know, they all want to work as much as they can because they don't know what's going to happen with their jobs.
But for track owner Ralph Merwin, the race meant a day of honoring and remembering.
We started Flips Fun in honor of my son, who passed away racing snowmobiles.
The goal is to raise $525,000 to support children in multiple ways. Those with critical illness, students seeking scholarships, and scouts, just to name a few.
We're thrilled with the turnout we've had for drivers and the fans today.
Drivers say they're thrilled to race for a good cause.
We really appreciate that that's what Ralph and his team have in the back of their mind.
Ralph Merwin put together an awesome place for us to race, a super safe track, so I'm really excited to race for charity this weekend.
Oh, it's some of the best racing in the United States.
Racing continues tomorrow at 11:30. Live in the newsroom, Natalie Sapila, News 9 WAOW.
After months of work, Bridge Street Mission's Urban Street project is finally done. With the help of area contractors, volunteers, and donated material, they were able to build a brand new home. The sale of the house will benefit the Bridge Street Mission and its sober living program, allowing them to cut costs on operating the buildings.
We are extremely humbled, grateful, excited, and just generally amazed that this much generosity at this quality has been committed toward our ministry.
The home already has a buyer getting ready to close on the deal, but the mission's plan to build another home in 2022. Now on to the latest on COVID-19 cases here in Wisconsin. The state is now reporting more than 500,000 cases. 95% of those people have recovered. 42 more people have died with COVID-19. 310,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines have now been given in Wisconsin. That's up about 19,000. 56,000 people are fully vaccinated. Back in our area, 22,000 doses have been given out. As of Tuesday, there are 100,000 doses in transit and 473,000 doses ordered. The largest retailer in the U.S. plans to expand its COVID-19 vaccine distribution efforts. Walmart has been administering vaccines in some of its locations in New Mexico and Arkansas. Now the company will roll out the vaccine to some stores in New Jersey, Georgia, Texas, and several other states. The move comes as President Joe Biden and his administration are looking to distribute vaccines quicker. 3 people were found dead inside a home in Racine County after a standoff that lasted about 7 hours. A friend of the family confirmed to our sister station WISN News 12 that the adult son shot and killed himself, and police found his parents dead inside their garage. Our sister station flew their chopper above the scene. There was a SWAT team surrounding the house. Neighbors across the street took video as deputies told them to stay inside. Deputies say they got a call to check in on the family. When they arrived, they heard a gunshot. Officials weren't able to reach the family inside the house for hours, so they forced their way in.
Heard what was a gunshot on my way back from my walk, pretty much right there. So I yelled out, okay, or hello, and I heard somebody say help again. So I stopped again. I was looking around and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from.
Neighbors also say they heard gunshots coming from the house over the weekend. Broadcasting legend Larry King passed away today at the age of 87. The television and radio host conducted around 50,000 interviews during his career. Amy Robach takes a look at his legacy.
Thank you. And instead of goodbye, how about so long?
Larry King was the reigning king of the television interview since he first sat down behind the CNN desk in 1985.
Good evening. My name is Larry King, and this is the premiere edition of Larry King Live.
King took on all comers, from Hollywood's biggest stars.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them. You're not aware of this?
To decades of world leaders.
First, you still like this job? Well, this is the best job on earth. I mean, it's an extraordinary privilege.
But it was his signature dry wit and unflappability that brought some of his most memorable moments, including his now infamous interview with Marlon Brando.
Bum, 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 bum. Got a date with an angel. You're off key.
And when he signed off after 25 years and more than 50,000 interviews.
Good evening, and welcome to the last Larry King Live. It's hard to say that.
Born in Brooklyn in 1930.